Good day, cartridge collectors. It is Thomas here, and today we have a crazy unboxing. And this is the Medicom Final Scene 1954 Godzilla, and this is the gray. I guess this is the gray regular version. So I guess that means there's some color in it. So I got this. This just came in yesterday, and I ordered it, and I forgot about it for a minute. I thought it was going to take a little while to arrive, but it showed up. This thing was huge. This box is gigantic. For some reason, I just thought it would be packaged in a smaller box because I thought maybe the pieces would be separate or something, but I have no idea. This box is so awkwardly huge. I could barely get it up on this table. So let's quickly unbox this so we can see what's inside and why is this box so heavy. So my friends, now I know. In the inner box, there's simply just a whole bunch of styrofoam and I guess a few pieces inside. So I'm gonna try to get this out without any damage. Okay, so it looks like fairly simple packaging. Bunch of styrofoam on the inside for protection. And I see there are some pieces in here. So here is piece number one. It looks like it's, I don't think this is vinyl. This is some kind of like resin type material. So this is like a big boulder. It's a gigantic stone. So that is number one. Piece number one. And let's see. Lots of styrofoam blocks. So this thing is extremely well protected. Oh, okay, now I'm glad. This is not so big. So this is you got another one of these cool boulders. So they're like accessories to this gigantic piece. Another one, so there are three of these boulders inside. And they are nicely done, pretty good detail. Seems almost like ceramic, but I don't think it is. So that is the top section. Here we go. Oh. Here is the main Godzilla part. It is very heavy. So it's basically like a statue. So one side has Godzilla, his full form, and then this side has the part of his body that's dissolving because of the oxygen destroyer in the 1954 film. So I have to attach the leg, and it looks like the arm. So I will get the rest of the pieces out and I will assemble it and we could take a look at it. Here is his left arm, which is skeletonized. Let's put that down. And here is his half skeletonized tail and the part that's not. Let's put that down. And yes, so the material, I do not see any vinyl, but this is definitely some kind of like statue-like material. I'm sure you guys will probably know better than me. Ooh, look at that. A skeletonized leg of Godzilla. So once again, it is made out of some kind of polystone, possibly a blend. So I believe that is all the pieces in the box. Pretty straightforward, very well protected. So I will move this box out of the way so we can take a look at the statue itself. Okay, so here we have the 1954 Godzilla by Medicom, and this is the final scene version. And this is not a Sofubi figure as I thought. For some reason, I thought this was going to be a large Sofubi figure with accessories that were going to be made out of some kind of hard material. I didn't realize the figure itself was going to be like a statue, or I thought it was a vinyl statue, so I was mistaken about that. But nevertheless, the first impression of this guy is, of course, it is the eerie look, kind of morbid look of the Godzilla dying, you know, half skeletonized, and that's freaky. And so this is the statue with no extra lighting other than just background lighting. So now I'm gonna get a little light and see if you guys can make out a little bit more of the colors and the detail. All right, and I went ahead and added an additional light. You guys can see that the color looks a little bit different now. And I will do some rotations of this statue so you guys can see the side profile. First, without the rocks, he looks pretty awesome. Here's a side shot of this guy, and let's keep moving on. The details are pretty decent on this statue from what I can see. And there are those very recognizable dorsal plates of the big G. As far as I know, this is probably the largest skeletonized Godzilla that we've had so far, not discounting any kits that I'm not aware of. I know there's been some kits of this form of Godzilla, but nothing like this. And looking from this angle, you would think Godzilla is fine, except for that little peak of his left leg. Something's going on there. And on this side, you'll start to see on his leg and part of his upper tail area, there are some gashes. And here you can see a little bit more of the damage peeking through from his midsection and his lower thigh and tail area. And now that I've had a little better look of this statue, I would say the details are good. I wouldn't say that they're like great or excellent, because something, you know, it'll be hard to compare this to, say, like the 54X Plus FSL Godzilla. I think that one has a tremendous amount of detail. This one has less, but this is also a statue, not made out of vinyl. It's not I don't think this is a resin, so I mean, as far as the detailing on this, it looks good though. I mean, if you're looking for a extremely highly detailed figure, you know, this might not be it. But if you're looking for something that is very interesting and quite large and makes a very eye-catching piece in your collection, this would qualify. So the more I'm looking at it, I'm actually liking it more. So that's a good thing. And as far as I know, I think I'm the only person that said, I mean, I didn't say anything that I was going to get it because I was still on the fence, but I did not hear anybody else, as far as my friends or in the kaiju group, said that they were going to pick it up. I think people were saying that they were going to wait to see what people say about it before pulling the trigger. And here's a quick shot with all the boulders back on this very small table. And at this point, let's get some much more closer looks of this statue, and let's do that right now. here's a closer look of the 3 individual rocks that came with this 54 Godzilla. They are nicely detailed and sculpted. For our first comparison, we have the X Plus 1954 Sakai Gigantic. And these guys actually are pretty comparable to each other. Some folks have said that the 54 Gigantic by X Plus, the original release, was a little bit, I guess, lacking in details. And in some respect, I do agree, but I do love this sculpt. And I think it looks really good. I still like it a lot. And these two actually pair pretty well. The statue is actually taller, so it's more like maybe like 23 inches tall, something like that. All right, I just measured the 54 statue and it's actually about 20 inches, and the 54 Sakai Gigantic by X Plus is 18. So that's more accurate there. For comparison number 2, we have the X Plus Ultra 7 Gigantic, and this is the Rick light up version. For comparison number 3, we have the Tensuku 1973 Godzilla, and this is the resin kit that came out in, I believe, 2022 sometime. And this is a lovely figure statue. For comparison number 4, we have an assortment of figures, and on the top hitching a ride is the Playmates 2021 King Kong. On the lower left is the NECA 1995 Burning Godzilla, and next to the Burning Godzilla is the X Plus Death-for-Real Megalon, and to the lower right we have the X Plus Death-for-Real Jet Jaguar. Alright guys, I am back, so I hope you guys like my quick review on this Medicom Final Scene 1954 Godzilla, and this is the scene with Godzilla with the oxygen destroyer at the end of the film. So his body is dissolving or half dissolved, and as far as a basic score for this statue, I have to give it pretty high marks. I mean, it does achieve what it's supposed to do, which is supposed to shock you, and it is definitely something different. You don't see something like this every day with the skeletonized Godzilla. It is bizarre. It's pretty weird looking for fans that have never seen the 54 movie, so they don't know what's going on with the Godzilla. And the details, as I said earlier, they're very good, and I think if it was a little bit better, a little more crisp, then it'll be really amazing. But it does look really good, and it's definitely going to draw some attention to your collection. They're going to say, what is that? And these 3, solid pieces here, you can use them for something else too. I mean, for your smaller figures, you can use it as a mountain, so you can place the figure around it. So I guess that's a little bonus. I mean, this statue was pretty expensive, and I was on the fence whether or not to get it, and I didn't want to regret not getting it in case it sold out, and maybe it would be a very interesting piece for future. I don't know. I figure at the very least, if I didn't like it, or if I need to sell for some reason, I can probably sell it. But that kind of went out the window a little bit, because I thought this was going to be a Sofubi figure, and I thought that originally earlier, and then I think someone said it wasn't. But with all the new products out, it just kind of it went over my head. I thought this was going to be like a vinyl piece, and maybe the accessories were going to be the heavier pieces. So when this box arrived, it was just so heavy. I was like, wait a minute, maybe everything is like some kind of statue-like material, and that's what it is. So moral of the story, make sure you read up on what you're picking up, or you might be surprised like me with this gigantic box. So I think that is it for this review. I believe this is still available, and I'm not surprised that it is. It is a pretty pricey piece, and you would have to make some room for this guy to fit, because I mean, I am out of room, so I'm gonna have to do some major renovations, or I'm gonna have to get really clever on how I'm gonna place this guy and a couple of my other larger pieces. But that's another story. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more. You guys have a great day or afternoon or evening. Take care. Bye-bye.